Hey everyone, Michelle here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my Buzzword Reading Challenge 2022 TBR video. It is already halfway through January and I have already read January's book, however that doesn't matter. But before I talk to you about the books, what is this Buzzword Reading Challenge? This is a book challenge set by Kayla at Books and Lala. I will link her channel and announcement video down below. And it is a reading challenge for throughout the year. There is a prompt for each month and you can either read one book for that prompt each month or you can have a whole TBR of books for that prompt. The way I do it, last year was my first year, this is obviously my second. The way I do it is I pick one book for that prompt because sometimes I struggle. So let's get into the months and their prompts. For the month of January, the prompt is to read a book with one of the 5 W's in the title, which is who, what, where, how and why. And for that one, I chose Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste NG. You follow 2 families, the Richardsons and Mia and her daughter Pearl, who live 2 different lifestyles but come together due to their children. And when a family try to adopt a Chinese baby, you see the cracks in this apparent friendship. I have already read this book, so yeah, that's why I can kind of sum up the blurb pretty quickly. But yeah, no, Mia actually works for the Richardsons as a bit of a, I want to say not maid, but like a home helper, alongside her work as an artist. And Pearl becomes friends with the Richardsons for children. And Mrs. Richardson and Mia get involved in this adoption, and that's where things go from there. For February, the prompt is to read a book with a pronoun in the title, and for this one I have chosen Both of You by Adele Parks. Lee Fletcher, happily married stepmom to 2 gorgeous boys, goes missing on Monday. Her husband Mark says he knows nothing of her whereabouts. She simply went to work and just never came home. Their family is shattered. Kai Jansen, married to wealthy Dutch businessman Daan, vanishes the same week. Kai left their luxurious penthouse and glamorous world without a backward glance. She seemingly evaporated into thin air. Daan is distraught. DC Clements knows that people disappear all the time, far too frequently. Most run away from things, some run towards, others are taken but find their way back. A sad few never return. These 2 women are from very different worlds, their disappearances are unlikely to be connected. And yet, at a guts level, the DC believes they might be. How could these women walk away from their families, husbands and homes willingly? Clements is determined to unearth the truth, no matter how shocking and devastating it may be. For March, the prompt is to read a book with a location in the title, and this can be a country or a room or a town or a shop, something like that. And for that one, I have chosen The Sanatorium by Sarah Pearson. Everyone's in danger, anyone could be next. An imposing, isolated hotel high up in the Swiss Alps is the last place Ellen Warner wants to be. But she's taken time off from her job as a detective, so when she receives an invitation out of the blue to celebrate her estranged brother's recent engagement, she has no choice but to accept. Arriving in the midst of a threatening storm, Ellen immediately feels an edge. Though it's beautiful, something about the hotel, recently converted from an abandoned sanatorium, makes her nervous, as does her brother Isaac. And when they wake the following morning to discover his fiancée Laurie has vanished without a trace, Ellen's unease grows. With the storm cutting off access to and from the hotel, the longer Laurie stays missing, the more the remaining guests start to panic. But no one has realised yet that another woman has gone missing, and she's the only one who could have warned them just how much danger they're all in. For April, the prompt is to read a book with the word little or big or something similar in the title, and for this one I have chosen Little Wishes by Michelle Adam. It's never too late to chase a love you lost. It has been 50 years since Elizabeth fell in love with Tom in Cornwall, and just as many since she last saw him. But every year he delivers a small blue crocus to her doorstep, in line with a promise he once made. She has kept every little note bound to these flowers, each written as a wish for the life they could have shared. But when, on the 50th anniversary, the blue flower fails to arrive, she fears something has happened to the love of her life. For the first time in almost half a century, she endeavours to find out what has happened to Tom, to find out whether the love they once shared can possibly be rekindled. Have Elizabeth and Tom got time for one last wish? For me, the prompt is to read a book with a direction in the title, and for this one I have gone for Makeup Breakup by Lily Menon. Anika Dev believes in love, second chances and fairy tale endings. Her app Makeup helps couples believe in these things too. Hudson Craft believes in fast cars, flashy startups and highly efficiency breakups. His app Breakup helps people expedite their failing relationships. It's wildly successful in everything that Annika hates. Which wouldn't be a problem if they'd gone their separate ways after their summer fling in Las Vegas, never to see each other again. Except that Hudson's moving into the office next door to hers, and he's planning on also competing at the prestigious Epic Investment Pitch Contest. A contest Annika needs to win if she wants to keep Makeup afloat. Only as the two clash, Annika finds that she enjoys sparring with Hudson way too much, and that underneath his shallow exterior he might not be all that despicable. Could the creator of Breakup teach her what true love's really all about? For June, the prompt is to read a book with all in the title, and for this one I have stretched it a tiny bit. I have chosen Mortmain Hall by Martin Edwards. I love The Shiner. England, 1930. Grieving widows are a familiar sight on London's Necropolis Railway. So when an elegant young woman in a black veil boards a funeral train, nobody guesses her true purpose is to save a life, not to mourn one. But Rachel Savanek's mission is derailed by a death on the tracks, spurring her on to investigate a sequence of baffling mysteries. A death in a blazing car, a killing in a seaside bungalow, a drowning in a frozen lake. Rachel is sure the cases are connected. To prove her theory, she joins a house party at Mortmain Hall on the eerie remote North Yorkshire coast. A house party where the other guests are also fascinated with the idea of the perfect crime. For July, the prompt is to read a book with a book-related item in the cover, and for this one I have gone for The Book Club by CJ Cooper. The book club was her idea, of course. It was her way into our group, a chance to get close. I knew from the day she arrived that she couldn't be trusted, and I was right. Because Alice didn't come to the village for peace and quiet, she came for revenge. For August, the prompt is to read a book with an item or object in the title, and for this one I have gone for You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. Liz has always believed she's too black, too poor, too awkward to shine. She's planned an escape route from her small town via an uber-elite college, but has no money to get there. Until she's reminded of her school scholarship for prom king and queen. Liz fears the spotlight, but must face the gauntlet of social media trolls and catty competitors. The only thing that makes it halfway bearable is the new girl in school, Mac. She's smart, funny, and just as much of an outsider as Liz. But Mac is also in the running for the queen. Will falling for the competition keep Liz from her dreams or make them come true? For September, the prompt is to read a book with light or dark or similar in the title, and for this one I have gone for The Lights of Prague by Nicole Jarvis. In the quiet streets of Prague, all manner of mysterious creatures lurk in the shadows. Unbeknownst to its citizens, their only hope against the tide of predators are the dauntless lamp-lighters, secret elite monster hunters who light staves off the darkness each night. Dominik Miska leads a life teeming with fraught encounters with the worst kind of evil. Pugilist, bloodthirsty and soulless vampiric creatures. Despite this, Dominik finds solace in his moments spent in the company of his friend, the clever and beautiful Lady Aura Fischerova, a widow with secrets of her own. When Dominik finds himself stalked by the spirit of the White Lady, a ghost who haunts the parrot halls of Prague Castle, he stumbles across the sentient essence of a will-o'-the-wisp, captured in a mysterious container. Now, as its bearer, Domic wields its power, but the wisp, known for leading travellers to their death, will not be so easily contained. After discovering a conspiracy amongst the Pijavis that could see them unleash terror on the daylight world, Domic finds himself in a race against those who aim to twist alchemical science for their own dangerous game. For October, the prompt is to read a book with an animal or creature in the title. I had to double check that one, and for that one I have gone with The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reid. In her forest-veiled pagan village, Avike is the only woman without power, treated like an outcast due to her corrupted bloodline. So when soldiers arrive from the Holy Order of Woodsmen to claim a girl for the king's blood sacrifice, Avike is betrayed by her fellow villagers and surrendered. When monsters attack the woodsmen and their captive en route to the capital, they slaughter everyone but Avike and the cold, one-eyed captain. But she soon learns he's not ordinary woodsman. He's Gaspar Barone, the disgraced prince whose cruel, zealous brother plans to seize the throne and instigate a reign of religious persecution and ethnic cleansing. With no one else to rely on, Avike and the captain form a tenuous pact to stop his brother. Their mission takes them from the bitter northern tundra to the smog-choked capital, their mutual loathing slowly turning to affection. But trust can easily be betrayed, and as Avike reconnects with her estranged father and discovers her own hidden magic, she and Gaspar must decide where their loyalties really lie. For November, the prompt is to read a title with ing in the title, yes, ing, and for that one I have gone for The Killing Kind by Jane Casey. He tells you you're special. As a barrister, Ingrid Lewis is used to dealing with tricky clients, but no one has ever come close to John Webster. As Ingrid defended Webster against a stalking charge, he then turned on her, following her, ruining her relationship, even destroying her home. He tells you he wants to protect you. Now Ingrid believes she has finally escaped his clutches, but when one of her colleagues is run down on a busy London road, Ingrid is sure she was the intended victim, and then Webster shows up at her door. But can you believe him? Webster claims Ingrid is in danger and that only he can protect her. Stalker or saviour, murderer or protector, the clock is ticking for Ingrid to decide, because the killer is ready to strike again. And for December, the prompt is to read a title with a number in the cover, and for that one I have gone for Two Wrongs by Mel McGrath. One girl jumped, another followed. In the city of Bristol, young women are dying in mysterious circumstances. The deaths look like suicides, but are they something more sinister? Honor is terrified that her daughter might be next, but as she looks for clues as to what really happened to the girls, she stumbles upon a link to a dark secret in her own past, one that she's kept from her daughter. Now Honor has a chance to avenge her child for the terrible events of years ago, but how far will she go to protect her daughter and right the wrongs done to her family? I'm going to attempt to lift all these, so there'll be a cut here. Are we ready for the attempt? Here they are. Oh yeah, they're not going to get in frame. Ah! As you can see by that disastrous clip, I cannot lift all these books in frame. But yeah, I always enjoy this reading challenge because it's just one book off my list every month that I definitely end up reading. So I am looking forward to the rest of this year. Are any of you participating in this challenge? If so, let me know what your TBR is down below. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Michelle. I read a variety of genres. I don't class what I do as reviewing, but I am trying to get better at that. If you are new and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. If you don't want to, not a problem. But until next time, bye.